I happened to fall in love with a man who is a pastor, right? And so with that came the title of First Lady, but there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. And
like I actually said to myself, what in the world, what is God using my show for to talk about this dress moment? So for those who don't know, you attended a beautiful event that I've attended before, the Mayor's Mask Ball. It's a fundraiser gala for HBCUs, and you wore a black lace flesh tone dress. This is the dress.
Look at the dress. Look at the dress. And you telling me that you ain't think nothing about.
Is it back like that too?
Yes, it goes all the way around the back. You mean tell me that your ego ain't this big to ever think nothing about what people this you never had a thought of what you never in your life thought nothing
that
about.
Was like that. That was like the most you know how they say you know people trying to say something to say what it's not because they know what it is. Like that was some like
look at
that
you.
wasn't
your hippie.
Yeah,
like
it was all ego. Like that's why you said my ego ain't that big because you know that thing. That was all ego. Yo, man, cool out, man.
How are you acting like you don't know what it is?
The internet has not a week later stopped talking about this dress. So let me start. I want to unpack it from the beginning.
Like to say you didn't think people would say nothing is crazy.
You picked out the dress because your words have
gone
viral about the dress as well. So you pick out the dress.
Wait a minute
what was it about the dress? Because
hold on, you heard that? She picked the dress. He just paid for it.
I mean, I would think that. I wouldn't think he went to the store and just was like, "Ooh, I want this for my wife."
I thought when he said he bought the dress, I thought he picked it out for her. I did.
You just said they've only been married a year. I just told you the man's something, man. Get a man a break.
All right, fine.
It's a statement. And you know you are a pastor and a first lady.
Sure.
When you saw that dress, you said yes to the dress.
Tamara knows she wrong. Tamara already know. That's why she asked him, because when you saw that dress and you first said you a pastor wife, Tamara know it's wrong. She can tell the question she asking that she know, like, what was you thinking? You know you the pastor wife, and you saw the dress and you was thinking, yeah, this is it. Tamara know it's wrong.
What was it about the dress?
I loved the design of the dress. I loved the creativity of the dress. For me personally, I thought that the dress was fully covered. It's interesting. It is
fully covered.
Yeah, I felt like
the underlay. Yes, it's a sheer.
Yeah, I felt like it was fully covered. I showed it to my husband.
Were you in the dress when he saw it first, or was it hanging? The dress on the hanger is one thing. You put the dress on, it's another thing. It brings on a new life.
Sure.
She walks out of the room in the dress.
Yes.
Before the event, was the first time you saw her in the dress?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Why do we need to leave?
There it is, right there.
She was drop dead gorgeous, but
he knew.
It doesn't matter what my wife has on. It's always going to be top tier. She is just amazing in everything that she puts on, and I thought
you even got
it was complimentary and alluring, and I thought it was magisterial in every way. I didn't think it was controversial. I thought it was great.
Did you have even a sliver of doubt before you walked out to go to the event about the dress?
But wait, how he said, I didn't ever think, even as a man, you said I didn't even never think nothing of it. I never thought it was gonna be no controversial. How again are you and your ego that much?
Contradicting itself. He just said when she came out, the first thing he thought was, damn, do we gotta leave? What do that mean?
You look good, right?
So I mean, that's a little bit more than good, though. He don't want to leave. You know what that means? So if he felt like that the minute he saw you, how can he say that he didn't think nobody would think nothing, like, or nobody would say nothing, like?
And it's crazy because you know who you are. You know that people always have something to say about you. You know that you are an alumni beyond being a pastor, just celebrity wise.
Yeah, you're famous.
Too, and all the everything. So how could you possibly think that it's going to be like, oh, well, ain't anybody going to say nothing about? That's just like, it's crazy.
Most I mean, I guess it depends on where you're going or whatever, but I think most of us as men, if our wife came out and that's how we felt, you know what I mean, we would probably be like, oh yeah, you probably shouldn't wear that.
Yeah.
Especially you going to somewhere that's like a big gala like that, that's going to be crawling with people. Excuse me, it's going to be cameras and stuff. You know, everybody going to see y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all going to be one of the more prominent people there. So
yeah,
everybody going to want to take pictures. It's one of those type things. So, I mean, ultimately the decision, you made it full knowing what you're going into. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't think that most guys would make that same decision. That's all I'm saying. Like, now you should probably change. You should probably wear that somewhere else or something or whatever. Yeah. If at all. Like somewhere we ain't gonna be on camera every 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Hey, who am I?
Thing that I was most concerned about was making sure that I was having me be fit for it. I typically don't like to wear.
And that it might create a stir.
No, I actually thought that the dress was too dark.
Sliver of doubt before you walked out to go to the event about the dress and that it might create a stir.
No, I actually thought that the dress was too dark because I typically don't like to wear black. And so my only thinking was, oh, maybe it's too dark. When we were having me be fit for it, the seamstress will tell you the thing that I was most concerned about was making sure that I was covered at the top. And so the only thing really that you could see is my shoulders because I had on gloves. This was sheer. And then, of course, everything else before. So there honestly was nothing in my spirit. And I'm very mindful about what I put on. There was
I think she really doesn't understand the illusion.
I mean, I get what she's saying, but it's still it's the illusion of it.
The illusion, yeah.
It's the look that it gives off. Why would you want to give that look? You know what I'm saying?
That's the question.
Why do you want to? Why do you want to give the imagination of your thighs and your hips and all that out? Like, you know what I mean? I wish we could see a close up picture. Like, I want to see like what the sheer look like, but
I mean, it's just her skin tone. It's like that's what they do. Is they do close.
But can you literally not see her skin at all, or can you
see her skin? No, it's like it's not see through. On the dress, but I think the top part you can. That's more like a sheer, where that's like a flesh material. That's just a skin tone color material. Where this is just sheer, but you can still see my skin. It's just not out. Like it's almost like a mesh. But the dress itself was material that was close. That was basically her skin tone.
Yeah, it was really close. It was definitely close.
Nothing in me that checked me, that alarmed me.
I want to go back so you see what I mean. Like you see, like at the top, that's mesh. It's just her light skin and just a little mesh on top.
Oh yeah. Just in the middle.
The bottom is material. That's the skin tone. Like it's like the whatever under. It's basically that underneath.
So. Armed me, that alerted me, that made me feel like anything was wrong. The dress I felt was very appropriate for the occasion. We were not at a church event. We were at a black tie gala for which we've gone to every year. We've been a partner with UNCF in Atlanta. And so we were excited to.
So this is the thing, right? Which is why I said about the multidimensional what these women claim. We are now saying that because you're not at church or I'm not at Juma, I should be able to wear whatever I want because it's not at a religious event. And that's the part that women have taken away, the fact that a woman who is modest, has self-respect, who has class, who has dignity, she does not change that or waver that based on the location. So I don't go out and wear my butt out in public. And then when I go to church, I'm gonna put a full black dress on and cover myself up. No, if I'm a modest woman, I'm gonna be a modest, conscious, responsible with my body, responsible how I carry myself, no matter where it is. And I think that that's the other argument of I think people that it's so sad that someone in the church, in this religious of stature, that you are trying to now make it like, well, we wasn't. You sound like you are one of the women, like just a regular woman fighting about, well, I wasn't in church. How you? It's like you are the church. I am the mind. Like I represent that, and I'm representing it everywhere I go. At least I should be. So for you to try to take the responsibility off of, well, I didn't have to do it because we were at a event. So he's not a pastor no more. You're not the first aid no more. You're not a professor no more. You're not you just all of that goes out the door when you get into this space and you get to act the complete fool, and you would say, oh well, I was just Sherry on the other day. Today I'm back to being professor. Tomorrow I'm back to being a wife.
I hate that the whole multidimensional thing is always used for
nonsense.
Something like to the left, either something scandally or some whole activity or something like that. It's like, oh well, I'm multifaceted. Like it's only brought up when something like that. Like
right.
Nobody brings it up like to say like, that a bunch of good stuff. Like they bring it up only when it's something to the left. Like then it's I'm multidimensional and all that. Like, come on, man. We gotta grow up, man. Stop this nonsense. Seriously.
And to go. So there was nothing in me that made me say, I've been reading things where people have said, oh, she knew it would get this reaction. My ego is not that big. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife. Yeah. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I have a doctorate, multi-dimensional. I carry multiple titles. Now, what you choose to call me on whatever day is fine for whatever that might be. But I think that there is this idea that a woman can only be one thing. And once I happened to marry a pastor, I happened to fall in love with a man who is a pastor, right? And so with that came the title of First Lady. But there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. And I have decided that the title does not define me. I define what the title is. It may not look like what people are accustomed to seeing it look like, and that's okay. It's okay that many people were not fond of the dress. I'm not upset that people don't like it. We all like different things. The challenge for me is, as believers, when we see someone have on something or do something that we are not fond of, how do we navigate that space when God is watching? So do we crucify them? Do we publicly humiliate them? Do they become prostitutes and all of these other things? Right.
And I think that's so to that point, you responded on the pulpit because it
don't do that. I'm sorry. I just don't do that. Don't again, I'm sorry, this 50-plus-year-old woman sounds like the same women on TikTok. The same women who are trying to avoid accountability. All you said was, well,
but that's where they get it from, and that's why I said you gotta stop listening to these ladies.
God is watching you. Should you be judging me? Are you going to take it up? Now it's my fault. Now it's on me to be thinking about what I say to you because God going to judge me for judging you. That's what she basically just said. If you're a believer, think about how you about to judge me because God's watching you. So you now are saying nobody can judge you, which every woman says when they are in the wrong. When people are in the wrong, they're always go back to, you better watch how you judge me because God's gonna judge you. That's only people who are wrong and know that they're wrong. They always try to flip it back on the other person who's judging them and their behaviors. And that's the messed up part about this is the fact that this woman, so educated, who has a PhD, who has a doctorate degree, you are saying you are trying to avoid accountability at all costs.
How old is she? She's 50 something?
I think she's 52.
So she just got married at 51.
What's her name again?
So, or 50. Yeah. So you know what it is with her. Say no more. She got married at 50. Unless she's married before or something. So I don't know her background, but I don't think that's the route. Yeah, I agree with that. That last comment. Definitely men agreeing with this bull crap. We'll keep it the same way, man. He's sitting up there. That's why I said it's, of course, it's another black couple sitting up here promoting stupidness, doubling down on it, looking crazy. And man, it's going to trickle down because, again, this is people with fame and celebrity. So it'll trickle right down to the little people that keep trying to keep the same bull crap going.
Mm-hmm.
Turned into this viral media thing. From the mainstream medias like People Magazine to people on TikTok, they were saying things all the way down, and you responded. Let me play it.
Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund, but
you were clearly upset.
Yes.
You took it to the church. You took it to, if you played for the Knicks, you took it to Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
Why did you go to
Because it became in public space. The theologian said that you ought to have a Bible in one hand and a newspaper in another. And so I thought it was prudent for me to.
Well, I think that was a valid question that she asked. It was, you were upset. Why did you take it to your church to address it? You know? Why you could have got social media and addressed it. Or you could have popped your phone up on your page and said, I want to address this. Why did you take it to your church?
I mean, and that's what I kind of said at the beginning. If you'd have been more serious and had a more serious like tone or just a whole with the message, it might have came off different. But you took it to the church because you wanted to put on a performance. You wanted to be getting asked this question now. You wanted everybody to see you do what you did. You knew you would have your audience there, and you know it was strategic, I think.
Yeah.
Address it, but what people are missing is that was 2 minutes of a 40-minute sermon, and that it was not the full crux of what the message was, but talked about the disparity and the sanctified misogyny that happens within the church, of setting up a standard of holiness just on how women.
Lovey. Sanctified misogyny.
You know what misogyny is? Men rule. So he's breaking that down so she can now wear this. So hey, man, they making their own rules. That's what they saying. Like basically, she making her own rules, he making his, and I guess that's what it is.
So men are too sanctified.
I believe he was saying that before it was sanctified. You dig me? For men to be misogynist. I believe that's what he said. But I guess he's saying that he's not doing that. That's why he's letting her wear this.
Okay.
Dress.
You can rewind it a little bit. I'm not sure, but I think that's what he said.
And I put in of holiness just on how women are sanctified. And that it was not the full crux of what the message was, but talked about the disparity and the sanctified misogyny that happens within the church, of setting up a standard of holiness just on how women dress, but no standard about how men ought to dress.
That's what I thought he was going. Yeah, he tripling down now.
No, he
now he gonna take it. He taking it to his own church.
He's not even on triple. He is on Cinco. Like he is like this goes.
What's her name? What's her name? Carrie or
Carrie. I'm losing my voice.
Carrie, something like that. What's that? Let me look up her name.
Carrie. Yes. Listen, for the men and the women, y'all, we have to understand.
Carrie got that boy something hard.
These people are going to ruin us again to be a black couple. And
if we keep following them, we gotta stop following them.
But it's hard not
stop
to
following these damn celebrities.
Have to, but it's hard But
They've
I
been,
want,
they've
to
been
understand.
crashing us out for 40 years. Like, let them go.
I know, but I want us to understand that this is happening in many different spaces. That's why I'll just say that it's happening in many different spaces, and we are being corrupted from social media, from in the school, in the church, and here, and it's everywhere. It is everywhere that is trying to program us to fight as women to basically be able to wear whatever we want to wear, do whatever we want to do, and then we like to call it misogyny.
No rules here, lawlessness.
And you got a man, and this is what women love. They love a man who's going to simp and pander.
Co-sign this bullshit.
That's going to double down on the nonsense. Boy, oh boy.
Put in that I like it, that this is not a uncovered woman.
No.
It's not an unprotected woman. This is a woman whose husband likes it. So why do you care?
Right.
And so I think that people got to get through their own insecurity and their own frailty, that what people presume to be out of place and out of order in their own eyes, you don't have to always type.
Right.
You can just keep scrolling and keep going and say, I don't like the dress.